Baseball is not a one-on-one game. For over 40 years, I have been involved at the higher levels of baseball as a player, as a student athlete. I have raised two sons from Little League, and then one of my sons is a major league athlete, both played at the collegiate level. And the sport of baseball has taught not only my sons, but myself personally, so many valuable lessons that carry forward in life. And I think it's really important to kind of take a time out, so to speak, and talk about what the sport of baseball has taught me. And I'd like to start with these 5 lessons. They really cover every aspect and dynamic of life. The first, probably what I consider to be a very valuable lesson. My parents passed away when I was very young. My mom when I was 6, my father when I was 16, and I lived on my own in an apartment as a junior in high school. The sport of baseball taught me how to communicate. Okay, what is your skill sets like? Signals as a catcher, being on the same wavelength, learning how to communicate and listen as well as talk. And then I have to be able to implement that coaching, that instruction, and then in turn kind of take that and apply that not only to physical skill sets, but as well as communication. I think that's an integral part of baseball. The next, number 2, what I consider to be the most pivotal part of the lessons that baseball teaches is teamwork. The we is greater than the me. Being able to celebrate others' successes within our team is for the betterment of the culture within a team environment. And teamwork is more than just a term. Baseball is not a one-on-one game. You have to be a forward thinker, thinking about, okay, the guy behind me is a power bat. I am a singles hitter. I have to find a way to get on base so the guy behind me can drive me in or hit a home run. And the team grows based on my understanding of my role within my team. The next, and number 3, we never really talk a lot about the problem-solving mechanisms that baseball teaches us. As a catcher, I'd have to walk out to the mound and the pitcher could be upset at our shortstop because the shortstop made an error. And instead of a double play, we now have runners on first and second with nobody out. Okay, that's our situation. We have to figure out, okay, we have to deal with the reality and we have to create a plan of attack. Now we have to be present. Number 4 is adaptability or versatility. You know, the sport of baseball, you have to pivot in the moment. So in your mind, you have to plan, kind of think, okay, if that ball's hit to me with the current situation, runner on third, less than 2 outs, I have to try and keep that runner from scoring, or I have to keep the runner on first from advancing to third. You have to visualize and prepare, and you have to adapt. Things can change in a heartbeat. Really an important life skill, because one never knows, today it can be sunny and comfortable. Tomorrow we could be in for a major weather event or a cultural event. In today's world especially, we have to have that adaptability regardless of the conditions that are present today or potentially tomorrow. The number 1 biggest life lesson that I think parents and student athletes really need to take a deeper understanding and become reflective on this topic: resiliency. The sport of baseball really taught me that if anything I wanted to have in my life, I had to be resilient. I couldn't live in the past. If I was 0 for 4 or 4 for 4, that wasn't going to help me today. And anything I did today, I was going to take and learn from to help me be better tomorrow. Here's a great story. My last game as a high school student athlete, this is a fact. I had about 30 scouts behind the backstop. It was my last high school game. And I knew that the draft was in early June and that this game that I was having would probably have some determination of if or where I would be drafted within the major league draft. This is 1981. My first at bat, I hit into a triple play, and then subsequently struck out the next 3 times. 0 for 4, 3 strikeouts and a triple play. Yikes. The worst of all hopeful outcomes. But yet that next day I was invited to a tryout, a workout, and I had to put yesterday behind me and focus on, okay, I'm not going to doom and gloom. I'm going to be present today. And resiliency is an integral part of all of our lives as adults and all of our lives as student athletes. And it's important to understand that this life lesson will carry us regardless of whether we're a student at the collegiate level, whether we are a partner, a spouse, a parent, an employee, or an employer. Having the will, the mental toughness, the mental discipline to get back up, get in the box, and compete in the moment. These are the types of life lessons that I speak to often. I talk to college coaches. I talk a lot about my children, my sons, and their experience within the college process. I've worked with student athletes at all facets, the high school level, the youth level, the postgraduate levels, college, and even professional baseball. I encourage you as a parent, if you're looking to kind of gain some insight, all it might take is a 1-hour call. And you can click that, and I'm happy to schedule that with you. If this is something that you'd like to take a deeper dive, I'm providing you access to the college coaches, keeping you up to date on all the legislation. Subscribe to the channel, consider becoming a member, hit that thumbs up button, and if you have a question, find your way to the Calendly app. I appreciate you taking the time, and I look forward to helping you with various topics throughout youth sports, particularly baseball, in the coming months.